Now, the Cipla Miles for Smiles Foundation assists Operation Smile in creating awareness for the plight of children, because 1 in every 700 children across the world are born with a cleft lip or palate. And to these kids, receiving a smile is the best gift they could get. But unfortunately, due to a lack of resources and financial means, this is not always possible. With me this morning, I have Rynard Van der Westhuizen, who is the marketing director of Cipla, to tell us exactly what Cipla Miles for Smiles is doing. Good to have you here. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Kat, and good morning to you too.
Now, the first thing I want to ask is Cipla Miles for Smiles. What is that all about? What's the organisation about?
Our Cipla Miles Foundation is a non-profit organisation that was formed to assist Operation Smile to generate funds, firstly, to do corrective surgery for all these little kids with cleft palates and so forth, and also to generate awareness for the program. Because obviously, 1 in 750 kids have got this problem, and it's so important for us to raise funds to do the corrective surgery for these people. So
part of the whole foundation is this guy called David Greer. He does all these extreme adventures. How did Cipla get involved with him?
It's actually a fantastic story. Our CEO, Jerome Smith, was at a function where David was, and he had this dream of running the length of the Great Wall of China. And him and Brahma Lab were battling to get sponsorship. And then what Jerome did, he actually wrote a promissory note of R1 million on the back of a piece of paper and said to him, we'll support him. But he knew that David had the guts and the determination to make a success of this. And that's how it all started. And there's been 3 adventures since then. And if the viewers like to go out there and have a look, it's on www.milesforsmiles.co.za, and you can, at your length, you can go look at all these adventures that he's done already.
So what is the Miles for Smiles Foundation doing to change lives, actually?
Yeah, obviously David is driving this from his side to raise funds to do the corrective surgery. And also that it inspires other people to go out there and to do something different as well, to do something out of their comfort zone, to change their lives and to raise money, for the corrective surgery. Because as you can imagine, these little kids have got huge problems with like eating, ear diseases, speech problems, etc., etc. And for 5,500 Rand and a 45-minute little operation, you can actually rectify and give a child a smile, So, and that's how he's changing lives of these kids.
That's really amazing. And currently, David is taking on an epic adventure across India, where he's running 4,000 kilometers from the north to the south of India. Let's take a look.
Well, the Cipla Miles for Smiles Run of India is 1 week old. And I've run 220 kilometers. I started up at Srinagar, at the most northern temple in Kashmir, and I'm going to be running down to the most southern temple. It's been quite an eventful journey so far. We've been ripped out of our tents at night by the military. We've been forced to go over mountain ranges 3,300 meters in height just to avoid another closed area. The food has been up and down. We've had roadside food, we've had looks like roadkill, but we've survived. Our stomachs have survived. But Kashmir is a beautiful, beautiful place, and the people are extremely friendly. But there's that little space invasion. There's no personal space here. A guy will come and basically sit at your table and sort of help himself to food in your plate. Basically, that's how it works here. So we'll have to get used to that.
Cipla will make it better.
So those are the amazing adventures of David Greer as he does his amazing work in collaboration with the Miles for Smiles Foundation that Cipla is part of. And I want to ask now, because you just said now they got ripped by the military out of their tents. There's snakes, rattlesnakes, snake charmers. Why on earth did he choose India?
Yeah, well, India is obviously a tough challenge. As we all know, the subcontinent is a tough place. Running 4,000 kilometers is going to be over 5 months. He likes the country, it's just kind of like the spirituality of the country. It's a beautiful country. The people are fantastic. And also, I think it's a huge challenge, and he really wants to do this to raise a lot of funds, for Miles for Smiles. Because at the end of the day, the more miles we run, the more smiles we put onto faces.
Very, very true. But of course, we need the help of people out there to get involved in this cause. And how do they get involved in? How do they follow his journey?
Yeah, we've created a platform for that. So if you go onto www.cipla.co.za, there's a link through to the Miles for Smiles site. And then you can go up there, go read more about it, and make donations. And as I said, for very little money, you can actually change a life for good, Yeah,
and the cool thing about it is that you guys are also rewarding the viewers for getting involved.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a fantastic little competition going out at the moment. There's 3 key factors for David's success across there. We need to keep him healthy. Secondly, he needs great running gear. And then thirdly, obviously, we need to be in contact with him. So between Cipla, Nokia, and Adidas, we've come up with a great hamper that people can win on the show. There's a Nokia N9 smartphone on there. There's obviously some Adidas running gear. And then thirdly is a year supply of Betavit multivitamin and antioxidant mineral supply, which will be fantastic just to keep you healthy throughout the year.
Lovely stuff, Rynard. Thank you very much for the wonderful work that you guys do. I think it's really, really quite amazing.
And thank you very much for having me on the show.
Lovely stuff. Now, of course, if you'd like to win the prize, take a look at this. This is how you could win it. Adventurer David Greer is working along with Cipla Miles for Smiles Foundation in order to spread the joy, and he's currently attempting a 4,000-kilometer run across India. You can make his journey count by following David, and you can win a Gear Up Like David hamper. All you have to do is SMS the keyword SMILES and your answer to the question on screen to 33728, and you might win all of David's favorite gear, including the Nokia N9, a work of art smartphone with maps, apps, and more, an Adidas hamper of running gear, as well as a year's supply of Cipla's Betavit antioxidant, multivitamin, and mineral formulation, the only supplement that David uses. Enter today, because every mile brings a smile.
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.